Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Word. In this module I want to show you a couple of new cool features in Word. Now first one I want to look at is on the View tab, and it is this side to side feature. If I just click on that, it's talking about the page movement. When you select this and then navigate across the pages, it turns the pages as if it was a book that you was reading. And if you had a touch screen machine, you'd just be able to use your finger to flick through these pages. So that's a side to side feature as opposed to the vertical feature that you're probably familiar with, where you just scroll down with the roller mouse if you've got one, or use the slide bar down the side. Let's go back up to the top. Now another feature I want to look at is when you put this into side to side, click on that one, this also becomes available, so you can actually look at the whole document as a thumbnail, so you can quickly get yourself to a page and then you're going from that page onwards. Thumbnails again to get to a different area, click on that one, and then you're scrolling from that point onwards. So this thumbnails is only available when you select side to side. Put that back to vertical and get myself back to the top. The other feature I want you to have a look at, or want to have a look at, is the editor. Some of the new things that's popped up in editor. So the editor is on the home tab, and if I click on the editor, it will appear as a pane on this right hand side. And what happens is it gives you a score at the top, and then it's picking up issues. As you can see there, these numbers are changing as I'm looking at this. So this document, which is already complete as far as I was concerned, has got some issues in it. Now there might not all be spelling mistakes, because there may well be names in there, and the grammar may also not be something you want to change. But what you can do is, first of all, I won't go through everything, but if I click on spelling, see that's picking up the VLOOKUP function, which is not an actual spelling mistake. So I will get that to ignore all of those. Likewise with product code, that's a named range I've actually selected, so I'll get to ignore all those. And it's going to pick up a lot of Excel functions here which are not actually spelling mistakes, so I'm going through that. So it's wanting me to delete that if and, but that's the name of the function and that is the name of a function, so I don't want to do that, so I'm going to ignore it. Control plus shift, ignore. So when you type in a document like this, obviously the spell check doesn't know that this is these are shortcut key commands, so you have to basically, I'm going to go ignore all for that one. So that's spelling checked. Now grammar, it probably will pick up a few of these, and again it's picking up that, so I'm going to ignore once on that one, and again it's going to pick up all these. Now here we go, we've got something it's not liking at all there. If the data entry is incorrect, comma, so there should be a comma there, so I'll just click on that. The value of a dependent cell changes. What's it suggesting? Dependent cells change. Value in the dependent cell changes. See, I would say changes. I would say that I will keep that the same. Ignore. Displayed. The following screen will display. It wants me. I'll change that. At the bottom of the screen, comma. So you can see how this goes through this one. My table has headers option. Table as, I'm going to leave that as it is, ignore one. So now I'm just going to go back to the main list. So grammar still got 16. Now clarity, this is how you've actually typed were exposed. Well, that's helpful. It's not coming up with an option, but it's saying it's not great. Okay, well I'm going to ignore that one. Is required. No suggestions. So I'm going to ignore that one. Is designed. Is divided. So it's basically wanting me, the course is divided. It's wanting me to make a selection here. You've actually got this speaker there where it will read out it reads out this sentence so you can hear it and then decide what it should say. So this saying who or what did the action would be clearer. So that gives you, it's the passive voice issue that you get in documents when you type them. So you've got arrows at the top there, just go on to that. Same thing, that'll be passive voice. The syntax is displayed, it isn't like that, is triggered, and so on. You can make these changes as you go down, or you can ignore them. So let's go back to the editor, see what else it's picking up. Right, okay, let's have a look at this one. You can look at all of, let's change that to all, that's what it's suggested. Formality, 3 issues. That isn't is not. And now the increment by 1, so it's wanting me to put the word 1. I'm going to leave it as a 1 because it is a number. I can see that's an issue as well there. It's going to pick that up at a later date. So I'll ignore this one. 3000, and I'm going to ignore that one as well because I want it to be that one. So it's probably going to go through and pick all those up. Now this inclusiveness, what's that one saying? Salesmen, so salespeople. I can live with that. Salespeople, and then you've got this. This will be spaces because I always do 2 spaces after a full stop, and this won't like that at all. So if I just go on to that one, so if I click that, it'll just get rid of that these spaces here, and response wants a comma, spaces. So you just go through the document like this, and you get rid of all the spaces that, in this case, that it doesn't like. Now I won't do it anymore. I'll just come back, and then vocabulary. Let's have a look at that. Very useful. So I find this is a useful feature, especially useful. The audit feature is especially useful. Yeah. Very helpful, extremely helpful. In a similar way. Hookup works in a similar way, in an equivalent way, in a comparable way. Let's go for that one. Worksheet table that quickly summarizes large amounts of data. Substantial amounts. Let's go for that one. Then this allows you to view the same data from a different perspective, from a unique perspective. The whole population, the entire population. So you see how this works. You just go through this and accept them or not. So I've still got 16 grammar issues and 68 clarity issues, 55 punctuation conventions. So that's something I would need to do in this particular document. But that's all I want to talk about in this little video. The features that you've got under the View tab. So you've got side to side, and then once you're in side to side, you've got thumbnails where you can quickly click to a position, and then you can scroll side to side using the scroll bar there, like so, and then go back to vertical. And then I looked at the home tab and the editor, some of the new features or different features that you've got in the editor, and this has always been updated, so that's really good. So hopefully this has been of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next one.